Peugeot has a history of building some of the world's hottest hatchbacks. This car isn't one of them. The 308 GT is a mild hatch of sorts. It's a car that Peugeot intends to sit between models like the Toyota Corolla and the Volkswagen Golf GTI. It's not too hot and not too cold. Peugeot says that this model is just right. Let's check it out. Priced from $41,990 in 1.6 litre petrol form or $42,990 for the 2 litre diesel, the 308 GT sits at the top of Peugeot's hatchback range. That pricing puts it exactly on par with Volkswagen's Golf GTI, but Peugeot says the pair should not be considered rivals. While it has a fair amount of straight line grunt, this Peugeot has a softer suspension setup than proper hot hatches, and it's designed to be a little bit more comfortable as an everyday proposition. It certainly is comfortable, with a massive standard specification that includes active cruise control, massaging seats and LED headlamps, the sort of things you'd normally find on luxury cars. It also has a self-parking system, a dedicated music hard drive and modern staples such as climate control and a reversing camera. That all carries through to the driving experience, where the 308 GT is a fine place to be. The 308 GT has a sporty suspension tune with firmer springs that ride lower than the regular car to give it a little bit more edge on the road. That said, it's not an out-and-out performance car. It's not something that's really designed to be taken to the track or, to do Target Tasmania or anything like that. It's really much more of an all-rounder, something that you could drive to work every day and possibly take for a little bit of fun in the hills on a Sunday afternoon. Now, there are two engines in the GT. One is a 1.6 litre petrol motor with 151 kilowatts. The other is a 2 litre turbo diesel with 133 kilowatts, but it has 400 newton meters of torque. Now, that's the model we're driving right now. I have to say 400 newton meters is plenty punchy for a car this size. The only problem really with the diesel is that it's only available with a 6-speed automatic transmission. Now, it does have paddle shifters to help you tap into that torque, but it's just not quite as engaging as the petrol engine, particularly if you're going to have a bit of a fang. Yeah, when you press on, this thing is quite a bit of fun. I mean, you can hear the tyres squealing and carrying on. You really do work this car a little bit harder than you might something like a Renault Sport Megane or a Golf GTI, but on the whole it's a pretty good all-rounder. It is plenty of fun to drive and it's pretty brilliant on the open road as well. The standard Peugeot 308 is an excellent starting point for something like the GT. Now, that base car is 140 kilos lighter than its predecessor, which means that it's really quite efficient and it handles fairly well as well. Now, behind the wheel of the GT, you couldn't mistake this car for anything but a Peugeot. It has the little oval-shaped steering wheel that's quite small and sits fairly low in your lap, and you've got the high dashboard cluster that's up in your eye line so that you don't have to glance down at the speedo and tacho to see how you're travelling. Now, the seats in the car are fantastic. They're well bolstered, leather and Alcantara jobs that are quite comfortable, and they look pretty cool as well with the red stitching that you can see here. Away from the track, the 308 is a pleasant, comfortable cruiser that gives its best at a brisk rather than frantic pace. The big question surrounding the car is exactly who will buy it. Despite repeatedly saying that this is not a GTI, Peugeot says that it is designed to appeal to people that have owned or have desired its greatest hot hatches, cars like the 205 GTI or 306 GTI 6. I don't agree with that at all. This is a little bit too compromised for people that are after a razor-sharp hatch. But for drivers looking for something a little bit out of the ordinary that offers a sporty, if not racy drive, the 308 GT could be just right.